Hey everyone, welcome back to English Podcast with Ziko.
And Sarah, we're so happy you're here with us today.
If you want to improve your English without stress or boring lessons,
You're in exactly the right place.
in this episode, we've got something super practical for your everyday English.
So put on your headphones, relax.
And let's get started. Do you love football?
But can you talk about it in English like a real fan?
Today, we're fixing that. So, Sarah, today we're tackling a topic that is, well, it's close to my heart, and I think for millions, maybe even billions of people around the world.
Oh, okay. I think I know where you're going with this. Are we talking about the beautiful game?
The beautiful game indeed, football, or, soccer for many of our listeners. We're going to explore how you can learn English by watching football, and more importantly, how to talk like a real fan.
This is such a great topic because, so much of language learning is about motivation, right? And if you're passionate about something like football, you already have that built-in reason to engage with it.
Exactly. The emotion, the drama, it's all there. So let's start with the very basics, the place where the magic happens.
Okay, the stadium.
Right. Inside the stadium, you have the big green rectangle of grass. That's called the pitch.
The pitch. Some people might also call it the field, especially in American English.
Yep, pitch or field. And on the pitch, you'll see a line in the middle. That's the halfway line. And on each end, there's a big white box in front of the goal. That's the penalty box. And of course, you have the goal itself.
The big net where all the exciting stuff happens. Or heartbreaking stuff, depending on your team.
Too true. Okay, so what about the people? You have two teams, and each player has a role. The players who score the goals are called strikers or forwards.
Okay, strikers. And the ones whose job it is to stop them?
Those are the defenders. And then you have the players who control the middle of the pitch, the midfielders. They kind of link the defense and the attack.
Right, and you can't forget the most stressed out person on the pitch.
The goalkeeper, or goalie for short, the only one who can use their hands.
Okay, so we know the place and the people. What are they actually doing? Let's talk verbs.
Great idea. So the most basic action is to kick the ball, but when you kick it to a teammate, you pass the ball. If you run with the ball at your feet, you dribble.
Dribble, pass. And what about when you try to score?
That's when you shoot. You take a shot, and hopefully you score a goal.
And on the other side of things, defensively, a player will try to tackle another player to win the ball back. And the goalie, of course, tries to save the shot.
Exactly. A goalkeeper makes a save. Okay, so let's get into the rules and the flow of the game. What happens when a player breaks a rule, like pushing someone?
That's a foul, and the person who decides if it's a foul is the referee, or ref for short.
Right. After a foul, the other team usually gets a free kick. If the foul is in the penalty box, it's even more serious. It's a penalty kick. That's a one-on-one shot between a player and the goalie. Super tense.
Oh, the worst. And the ref has cards too, right?
Yep, a yellow card is a warning, but a red card, that means you're sent off. You have to leave the pitch, and your team plays with one less player. It's a game changer.
Totally. A few other key events: when the ball goes out of play over the sideline, it's a throw-in. And if it goes out over the end line, it's either a goal kick or a corner kick.
You've got it. And of course, after 45 minutes, we have halftime, a little break. And after 90 minutes, it's full time. The game is over.
Whew, okay, that's a lot of the technical language. But the real fun is in the slang, the stuff you shout at the TV.
Yes, this is how you really sound like a fan. So let's say a player scores an absolutely incredible goal from very far away. You wouldn't just say, "nice goal." You'd yell, "what a screamer."
A screamer, I love it. Or like, that shot was a rocket.
Exactly. And right when the ball hits the net, a true fan just shouts, "get in."
Okay, what about the opposite? When a player, especially a goalie, makes a huge, embarrassing mistake.
Ah, that is a howler. You'd say, oh, the keeper had an absolute howler.
Howler, that's a great word. Okay, what if the game is super exciting, really close? Maybe the score is 2-2 in the last minute?
That's a nail biter because you're so nervous you're biting your fingernails. You'd say this game is a real nail biter.
Right, and you're on the edge of your seat.
For sure. One more. What if a team is winning 1-0 and decides to just defend with all 11 players for the rest of the match?
Oh, that's parking the bus. They park the bus in front of the goal. It's so frustrating to watch when it's against your team.
It really is. And of course, you have the classic complaints. Come on, ref, are you blind? Or he was robbed if you think there was a foul.
It's a very defensive tactic. Speaking of tactics, that brings us to what people talk about after the game, the analysis from pundits and commentators.
So being a fan is also about complaining a lot. Oh yes, the post-match inquest. This is where you hear a lot of interesting vocabulary. For example, they'll often talk about a team's formation.
It's a huge part of the experience, I think. Well, I feel like we've covered a lot of ground here.
Exactly, like a 4-4-2 or a 3-5-2. That's just the arrangement of defenders, midfielders, and forwards on the pitch. You might also hear that a player had a game of two halves.
We really have, from the pitch to parking the bus. What does that mean? Like they played poorly in the first half but were brilliant in the second, or vice versa?
So that's just about all the time we have for today. Hopefully this gives you all the tools to start enjoying football in English, and comment your favorite team below in English.
Yeah, here's a challenge for you. Watch a match this week. You don't have to understand everything, just listen for a few of these words. A corner kick, a foul, maybe you'll hear someone shout about a screamer.
That is a brilliant idea. The more you listen, the more you'll understand. A huge thank you to Sarah for walking us through that.
Anytime, Ziko. This was a lot of fun.
And a massive thank you to all of you for tuning in to English Podcast with Ziko. We'll catch you next time. Goodbye.